Whatever path you are on, whatever inspired you to come here today, we honor you and we welcome you. And now, our message.
So let's take that energy of that blessing and close our eyes. And let's tune in to the decision that each of us made to be here today. Let us come into the full presence of our agreement to be here. So let's settle in, just take a breath and arrive. And as you settle in, let us know that whatever unfolds today for the next half hour or so, whatever unfolds for the rest of the day, that it is for your best and highest good. Let us remember that there's always an opportunity to go deeper. There's always an opportunity to learn and to grow. So let's take this day and let's commit to ourselves that we will experience reality, whether it's the reality of the song that we just heard or the message that I'm about to share with you, or the connection that you have with someone following this service, that you will actually take this opportunity that you have to connect with in a spiritual way and grow and deepen and connect more with this thing called life, with this thing called love, with this thing called God. So I know that this day is one of perfection, that each of us has listened to that prompting to come here today, to be here, to listen, to learn, and to grow, and to love. And we know that this unfolds. We accept that this unfolds with ease and grace. Taking breath together, inhaling, and settling, and allowing, and arriving, and knowing that all is well. And so it is. So it is. So I am super excited. Someone just handed me this today. We're having an event after the Winter Opulence, so some of you purchased tickets and you're going to be there for lunch. If you are, I'll see you down there. It's bound to be fun. There's only we usually have lots of announcements. I don't have a lot of announcements today, other than enjoy yourself here today. And also we are having a winter solstice celebration, and it's not going to be here, it's going to be at the Imagine Jefferson project, which is the old Weber State building, the old Gold's Gym building in there. So we have our winter solstice celebration there, and it happens to coincide with our service. No, that's not the right wording. We're combining the two. There you go. We're combining our winter solstice. This is our 5th annual winter solstice celebration. So we're combining that with our Sunday service. So we're not having a Sunday service here on the 21st of December. So that's how many weeks from now? A couple of Sundays from now. So we're not going to be here. So if you show up here, you'll see a sign on the door, and it will direct you down to the Imagine Jefferson project on 25th and Jefferson there. And we have a big venue. You can see Julie at the back. She's organizing our arts and crafts boutique There she is. So if you're an artist and you want to show your wares, if you've thought that you want to show but you've not shown yet, and you want to come out of that, closet and bring your art fully out into the light, then see Julie, because we're giving our artists an opportunity to share their creations. So see her for that. We're also having our service. We're going to be having our youth sing. So we have the Empower musical group, and I keep asking, what's the name? What's the name?
They're working on it.
Well, they don't have a name yet. But these kids, if you were here last week, you saw them singing. They also play instruments. They're creating a band, a group, and they're going to be presenting several songs, sing-along type songs. And then April is going to be singing. She's making her debut here, singing a super fabulous metaphysical version of "Oh Holy Night" that a friend of mine from the Salt Lake Center wrote, Charmaine. If you've ever seen Charmaine sing, you'll know who I'm talking about. So we're having all of that go on, and then Russ is going to be leading a drum circle as part of our solstice. So bring your shakers and drums and rattles to do some clearing and cleansing during the special solstice celebration. And then we'll be doing a living mandala rhythm. And I don't know if any of you were there for the spring equinox last year, but we did this amazing movement mandala prayer wheel that takes some orchestration, because there's movement, rattles and shakers and chanting. So if that sounds fun, then join us for our winter solstice celebration. And bring friends, because there'll be room. I hesitate to say that in this room. Bring your friends. So,
what time?
Yes, thank you. The festivities will begin at 12:30. So you can arrive a little early, around noon, and then the service will begin at 12:30. So it'll be a bit later than what we're used to. So there you go. If you have any questions, you can see me sometime in the future, but I'm going to be escaping immediately afterwards.
Yes, you can see me.
You can see me.
I have
Yes.
people looking at me, yes. you
Yes,
Can I make an announcement?
can. I'm here, you
Yes.
can see me.
please do.
For anyone who may be interested, the choir that I'm with, Utah Voices, is singing next week, Thursday, the 18th at 7 p.m. at Weber State. We're singing with the Jamie Nye Memorial Benefit Concert. So
Wow, awesome. So if anyone's interested in that, they can see Trish afterwards to get the details for that. That's awesome. Okay, so December. It's December. It's the first Sunday of December, and Russ was here. Thank you, Russ, for sharing your sacred sounds. Did everyone get a chance to feel that amazing wash of vibration and healing sounds? Yeah. Our theme for this month is As You Wish. As You Wish. And my title for today's talk is This Little Light of Mine. This Little Light of Mine. I believe that on some level, each of us had a wish to be here. I don't mean in this room, although that could be true too. I mean a wish to be incarnated onto this earth plane, into this earth school, that we're actually on a mission. We are on a spiritual mission that I believe that we chose. We listened to some inner prompting, something like that, and we followed that desire, and we ended up here on earth. Now that's my current story, and that might change, I don't know. So going along with this premise of as you wish, and that maybe you actually chose to be here, and Paramahansa Yogananda says that just the mere fact that you're here incarnated says that you followed a desire to be here. So does that resonate with you? That somehow, beyond in the great mystery of not knowing, that maybe you had some say as to being here or not?
yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Sharon. So that gives me a sense of feeling like I'm at the right place at the right time. Like I'm actually on purpose here. Like if I go along with this idea of I chose to be here, that this is a wish fulfilled, then it makes me feel more vibrant and alive and engaged in my life. It gives me this idea that I've got things to do. I have things to bring forth. I have something to express that's maybe greater than my little self, my ego self. But there's an actual mission to this Earth School experience that I'm having. So what is that? And today I'm referring to that as a light. There's a light within each of us, a spark, a knowingness, a spirit, something that says, I am here, and I am here to join in, to share with these other light beings, to see the light in everyone. And I think a lot of our traditions, our other wisdom traditions around the world have spoken about this in different ways. You hear the Namaste blessing, the divinity in me honors the divinity in you, or the divinity in me bows to the divinity in you. The light in me sees the light in you. So, bless you. So as we tap into that, yes, I am here, I'm fully engaged in this, that I'm here to bring forth something. What is that? How do we bring forth that inner light, that inner spiritual essence, that inner something that's beyond who we think we are? Because we all have ideas about who we think we are, don't we? We've been conditioned to be a certain something. We have lots of roles and titles that we attach to that we live out. But beyond your roles, beyond your titles, beyond the labels of mother, father, daughter, son, child, adult, boss, employee, beyond all of those, who are you? Why did you really come here? Why did you really choose to show up here? And if this is true, if this story is true, that we came here as light beings to share our light and shine our light and see the light in each other, then why does it seem that it's difficult? Why does it seem that life isn't always cooperating with us? Why doesn't everyone get this? Why isn't humanity enjoying itself more? Why are we still killing each other? Why are we still harming the planet? Why? I believe that we've forgotten our mission. Does that make sense? That there's something. Last week I talked about those 6 affirmations to spiritual freedom. And there was that one affirmation that says, I don't know how to do this, but something inside me does. Something inside me does. There's a wise inner being. There's a wise something within each of us that knows what to do to bring love and peace and abundance forth. There's something within each being that knows this. So it seems as though we're moving out of this slumber of forgetfulness about our true identity, into the realization of our true identity, our awakened self, our light self. Does that make sense to you? Yeah? So I have this quote that I know that many of you have heard. And so I read this to you. And I want you to hear these words and how they relate to you in your life. Okay? So this is from A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So as we begin to start to look at those areas of our life that cause us to feel sad, to feel heavy, to feel stagnant, to feel stuck, as we start to shine some light on those areas, that we actually realize our own inner light, our own inner strength, our own purpose for being here, our soul's longing. Each of us have this unique soul's purpose, like a thumbprint, like a fingerprint. Each of us have the opportunity to discover that unique print, imprinting, that unique light, and bring it forth. So Marianne Williamson is saying that we get into this place of being scared to shine that light. And we stuff down our fears of guilt and shame and inadequacy and uncertainty, and then we stifle that light, we dim our light. So actually, if we bring some light to those things, and that's what we're doing in the class, and some of you are in my class currently, we're looking at some of those shadows, some of those areas, those uninvestigated areas that we have in our lives that are keeping us in the dark. And when we actually breathe some light and life, and we make some spaciousness around that, we then begin to radiate our light, our life, in a more authentic way. There's this wonderful little story, and I want to share it with you. It's one of the ways that we dim our light. So it's titled, Why We Shout in Anger. A Hindu saint who was visiting the river Ganges to take a bath found a group of family members on the banks, shouting in anger at each other. He turned to his disciples, smiled, and asked, "Why do people in anger shout at each other?" The disciples thought for a while, and one of them said, "Because we lose our calm, we shout." "But why should you shout when the other person is just next to you? You can as well tell him what you have to say in a soft manner," said the saint. The disciples gave some other answers, but none satisfied the other disciples. Finally, the saint explained, when two people are angry at each other, their hearts distance a lot. To cover that distance, they must shout to be able to hear one another. The angrier they are, the stronger they will have to shout to hear each other to cover the great distance. What happens when two people fall in love? They don't shout at each other, but they talk softly. Their hearts are very close. The distance between them is either non-existent or very small. The saint continued, when they love each other even more, what happens? They do not speak, only whisper. And they get even closer to each other in their love. Finally, they don't even need to whisper. They only need to look at each other. That's all. That is how close two people are when they love each other. He looked at his disciples and said, "So when you argue, do not let your hearts get distant. Do not say words that distance each other more. Or else there will come a day when the distance is so great that you will not find the path to return." we awaken, we lighten up, and we do this inner work. So where have you created distance in your life? Where have you created a distance with that light within another? That maybe you've been shouting. And it may not be out loud shouting. It may be in your own mind. You've been shouting that why that they're wrong. Maybe they did something. Where are you distancing, creating a disharmony within the field of love around you by shouting? Where can you do some forgiveness work in your life that will bring you closer to your soul's purpose, which I believe is being here on this planet and shining your light and your love so authentically, so brightly, that there's no distance at all between you and everyone. And could this be what oneness feels like? When there's no distance, when there's no story, when there's no shouting, and when you're so present, when you're so comfortable and content with what is. You're not shouting that the world needs to be different. You're not complaining that somebody did something. You're just silently present in your own love, in your own heart, in your own life. Then you feel that close to reality. That close. I can feel it right now, can't you? That oneness. There's something inside me that knows this. There's something inside you that knows this. We all know this. It's the truth of who we are. It's why we came forth. We came forth to be the love that we came to be, to bring our gifts, to bring our light, to help illuminate the world through our unique flavor, and to recognize that each person on your path, each sentient being is here to do the same, whether they realize it or not. So do you have the stillness and presence of being? Can you be love's presence when it appears that someone else isn't? Can you see that presence of love in them? Can you experience this unified field of oneness by being so authentically you, your awakened self, your higher self, your true self? That your heart is so big that there's no room outside of your heart. Your heart is everything. So that is my wish for you this week, is that you experience love's presence, the light that you are, this little light that you are, that you experience it every day by you being you, shining your light and seeing that light in each other. And if your ego says, no, it's not in that one, it's not in him, it's not in her, you can, that's just shouting. That's the shouting I'm talking about. That's the distancing. If you can drop that, if you can just drop it for this week, for today, and see that love's presence is sitting right here in front of you. Thank you. So let us close with a prayer. And let us know that right here and right now, we are not only in love's presence, we are love's presence. Nothing to do, nowhere to be, but simply wake up to love's presence now. Wake up to love's presence within yourself. Wake up to the longings of your soul to express love as only you can. Each being is a radically unique, differentiated aspect of the one light, the one love. So let us know this holiday season, as there's such buzz about Christmas, let us know that this season is being celebrated in your heart as a birthing of that Christ consciousness, that awakened consciousness, the Buddha consciousness, the Buddha nature, the Atman consciousness. This wise aspect to who and what you really are. Let us know that is the reason for this season, is celebrating the light of your own becoming, celebrating the light of each being on this human planet. Taking a breath. So as we unite in this field of love and appreciation for one another, for life, for our own unique journey and our own unique experience, let us applaud and cheer everyone along life's path. Let us send out a wish that all beings experience health and strength and happiness. May all beings live and love with ease. May all beings cease shouting. May all beings be a lover of life and find that place in the heart of hearts where you have that relationship with the divine, where that love beats strong, where that love fuels and fires your every word, your every thought, and your every action. I give great thanks for the blessings that we've received. I give great thanks for this awakening, this collective awakening that is happening. I give great thanks for my ability, for each of us that has the ability to move and create and laugh and sing and dance and be. Life is so good. And so it is.
Thank you for blessing us with your presence today and being a part of the Satya Center. You're invited to join Reverend Ali and Reverend Lyle each Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for your dose of connection, inspiration,